And we have a fabulous prize to start the show off with.
Not yet.
Oh, nope. Doom. Oh, wait, it was
Doom. It's going backwards.
It landed on cock. Oh, just kidding. Soul swap, baby. So you guys trade points.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Too bad we can't do that at the Packers season. Trade points.
Wait a minute.
Soul swap. Roger Goodell's instituting a soul swap.
At least it's not like the dope that's running baseball.
Ooh. Scathing indictment.
That guy. Is it sad that Adam Silver is probably the best commissioner of the four sports right now?
No, it's not sad. It's accurate.
Can you hand me that? The pink thing? The in the middle of the table? The pink aiming flame? Right here. Yeah.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
I was like, what pink thing? But it
Kind of looks white.
It looks white.
Oh. Maybe I perceive colors differently.
No, now that it's over there, I can see that it's pink. But here in the light that it was in, it looks white.
Gotcha.
Maybe he doesn't see in colors. Just shades of gray.
All right.
I just go based on what people have told me. Online.
It's all pink.
Everything's on the floor.
He just keeps throwing everything down.
Okay.
All right.
That's Jeremy's mood. Where's this go? Throw it on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's
Kind of how I'm in today.
welcome to Pop Culture Roulette for all your pop culture needs. We're America's podcast. Welcome to welcome everybody. I'm Nicholas, and I'm joined by well, I don't have good comebacks this week because well, this is going to be a depressing episode. Just letting you know up front. This is we're not ringing the holidays in with cheer. We're bringing the holidays down. We're going to start. Hopefully, we'll get better next week, but this week is this week's full of some sadness. So, welcome, Jeremy.
Yo.
Welcome, Justin.
What's up?
All right. Just in case you guys are keeping track at home, this is one of the episodes that we're actually live in person with each other.
Yeah. It's one of the rare times we're all together and we're not doing a bracket.
Right.
Or are we?
No, we are not doing a bracket.
Or are we?
Unless you built one.
No, I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, where do we want to start with this? Do we want to? I don't know. Do we want to start with the news, or do we want to start with the one subject that we have that I built a little story for?
I guess we better start with that.
Okay. All right. So
Get it out of the way.
let's talk about cats.
CatCast.
This has been, as we have talked about many times, a CatCast. Cats have often joined us on screen. And you probably have heard at least one of the cats many times making her voice heard on the podcast.
Quite mouthy, that one.
Evidence of domestication of cats is up to around 9,500 years ago. So cats have been, home creatures. They've been your pets for a very, very long time. The first cat video was actually Thomas Edison in 1894.
Wow.
He put two cats in little boxing mitts and had them box each other. So basically,
the king of memes.
Basically, the beginning of YouTube was in 1894 when cat videos were one of the first movies ever done was a cat video. So,
good for him.
The history of cats is long and varied. It's really hard to get where the first version of cats came in. I found the first cat movie, but not the first cat book or like I said, cats have been domesticated for at least 9,500 years. So anyway, let's jump into our favorite pop culture cats. What do we got?
All right, who's going to start off their list?
Can I start?
Go for it.
How
Are we going to do 1 through 3 right away, or are we going to do what we normally do?
Let's do one at a time.
One at a time.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm going to take a really easy one right away off the bat because I associate it with a really fun game from my childhood, and that's Garfield.
Okay.
Specifically from the game Caught in the Act. This was an awesome game for the Sega Genesis in which Garfield goes into the TV world, and it's a bunch of different like genres of levels as you progress. There's like a horror level, there's like a black and white one, like a detective style black and white one. It's a platformer game, and like the art is just awesome. It's really a really cool game.
That actually sounds really cool. I've never heard of that game.
Yeah.
But I had Garfield number 2 on my list.
I had Garfield on my list. I never rate them 1 through whatever. I just put a whole bunch of them in case you guys take them. But I remember watching Garfield every
morning. Garfield cartoon. I'm old enough to remember the fact that newspapers existed.
I read the comics.
And I read that comic strip. That was one of the first comic strips I read. Like, I had some of the Garfield books. Like
I had most of those Garfield books because you'd get them at like the book fair.
Oh yeah, the book fair. Yeah.
What was the game?
It was called Caught in the Act, I think.
See if I can find it on anything.
And do you think they've ported it to like a newer system or?
Possibly, yeah. Otherwise, you could probably just download an emulator and then get a ROM.
All right. But yeah, I'd watch that cartoon every day. Garfield and Friends.
Yeah, Garfield and Friends. That was a great cartoon.
Yeah, wasn't it like in the mornings, like on what channel? Like, wasn't it like 24 or something? I don't even remember.
It was like one of those.
Like
yeah.
Tex Avery would come on too, and then Garfield and Friends, and oh yeah.
It's usually like a before school show, because you knew like as soon as Garfield ended, you had to leave.
Yeah. What did you think about that Barnyard Friends thing that came on during it too? Wasn't there like
that was the end Friends part in the middle.
Right.
They would have that
When
episode with
they'd have you'd have the little Garfield sketch or the episode, and then like there'd always be like a random like other part.
Yeah.
You were like, get this crap off. Get back to Garfield.
Yeah, what the hell?
What is Garfield doing in Normal? I want to know where Normal's getting mailed to now.
Abu Dhabi. Isn't Garfield streaming on something too?
Oh,
still?
I'm sure. And then I know they've recently redone it. I tried to watch it, and they went with a really weird animation style. Like, it's this new thing that I've noticed with a lot of when they're bringing stuff back, because I know they brought Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back and a couple other things.
Yeah, not as good.
And, like, the animation just looks like shit.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's just me being old, but, I mean, like, Garfield looked like crap, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles look like... And then I saw something else that's coming back that I was like, that looks like crap. That new Addams Family, the animated movie, it was kind of funny, but the animation was garbage.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Garfield and Friends ran for 7 seasons.
Wow.
From 88 to 94. Currently, you can stream it on Tubi, Pluto TV, and Peacock.
Nice.
There you go. Nice.
Some we're checking out.
All right, so what's in... Well, I guess since you don't have them ranked...
I never rank them because I never know what you guys are going to take. I put Catwoman. Mostly Michelle Pfeiffer.
Okay.
That one.
All right. You're not wrong.
I mean, I always got to throw my DC stuff in here, and that's like one of the first movies I ever saw at the drive-in was Batman Returns.
Okay.
And it's just iconic Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure if I should include people who dressed like cats or just put actual cats. So like
I got people who dressed as cats. I've got big cats, normal cats, little cats.
Wow.
All right.
It's like a Dr. Seuss book.
I mean, I feel like you guys know what number 1 on my list is.
Is it this one here on my list?
Probably. Salem Saberhagen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, so, yeah. I mean, it's just, I mean, he was one of the 2 reasons that watching Sabrina was a good show. Yeah. I mean, he was hilarious. Nick Bakay does a great, like, when I hear his voice now, I'm like, hey, that's Salem. Not, hey, that's,
That's this cat. Yeah, there's a lot of those where it's like, oh, that's the voice of this character.
Right. All right. Number 2, I'll say, let's go with Grumpy Cat. I mean, Did you guys ever catch that Grumpy Cat special that they made?
No.
I think it was actually, I want to say it was on Lifetime, of all channels, of all networks. And Aubrey Plaza was the voice of the cat. We talked about this.
We did talk about it, and I think you were the only one of us brave enough to actually watch it.
It was just self-aware enough to work, I kind of recall. But it was still kind of like, this is pretty cheesy. But Grumpy Cat, I mean, classic cat.
Yeah. Then I've also got Puss in Boots,
Okay.
which is probably my favorite character from the Shrek movies. And then he's had his own spin-offs and his own shows, and Antonio Banderas, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still voices him
I think so.
or if he's too big time. But I put Puss in Boots on my
It all
list.
depends on that contract he signed before he did the first movie.
Read the fine print.
All right, well, since we already did my number 2, we'll skip down to my number 3, Mr. Bigglesworth.
Nice. Oh, shit.
From Austin Powers.
Yeah, from Austin Powers. We don't know our kitties.
That's a good pick. I don't have any more.
Do you want to look at my list?
Yeah. Stray from the video game. Cat, the video game Stray.
Oh, okay.
Did you play that one?
Not yet.
It's a fun game. Like, it's weird though that you play as a cat, so you can like knock bottles and stuff off of ledges, and if you find like rugs or couches, you can just like claw at them and knead them. And no,
There's a video game called Stray.
it looks really good. I don't know if you're capable, if your computer's
It's
on.
off. I can't.
Perfect. I would say because you didn't know it existed, look it up. Like the graphics on it and everything, super good.
Okay.
And you have to complete these missions to get into different areas to complete.
Is it kind of like Untitled Goose Game?
It's not as annoying as that is.
Oh.
Okay,
Alright.
let's go down here. I'll just pick another one. I'll just go with Meowth from the Pokemon
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
cartoon. Watching it a lot, you know. The only one that for some reason could talk when none of the other ones could, which didn't make any sense ever. Like he could have full conversations, where the other ones just say their names. Didn't make any sense to me.
I think there's some sort of story behind that. I thought it was like he learned it to like impress someone, like some girl. It's like they talk about it in like, I don't know, in one of the Japanese cartoons.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out of my depth. I watched the one Pokemon movie where like all the Pokemon could talk to the one guy, but nobody else could hear the Pokemon talk.
Detective
that one?
Pikachu?
Yeah, Detective Pikachu
Yeah.
with Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, it's the only Pokemon thing I've ever done is watch that movie.
got it. I've not seen that one.
I haven't even either. I haven't seen it yet.
Ryan Reynolds. You put Ryan Reynolds in it, there's a good chance I'll watch it.
Right on.
All right, well,
I should have went with that one.
we'll get to my my honorable mentions then.
You didn't do. Oh, because you skipped.
Yeah, right.
Got it.
Yeah. I couldn't put him on the top list, so I had to put him in the honorable mentions because Heathcliff,
Oh yeah.
kind of the bargain basement Garfield. But,
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed the Heathcliff cartoon. Like that was a really funny cartoon. So.
All right.
That's the only one you have on there.
Oh no, I got Toonces the Driving Cat.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Oh, that's a Saturday Night Live sketch where they had a really like obvious fake cat, and he was Toonces the Driving Cat, and he would be driving the car, and he would invariably the skit always ended with the cat like driving off the cliff. Like, but it was one of those bizarre late '80s, early '90s SNL sketches that they don't do anything like that anymore because they're not funny. But then I've got Snowballs.
Yeah.
Because there's more than one. But,
Yeah.
The Thundercats and Tom.
Aw,
And Tom.
that's a good one.
Tom almost made the top 3, but it's just
Yeah. All right. Some of the honorable ones I wrote down was Cat in the Hat.
okay.
Preferably the book, not the movies. I didn't care for the movies.
The Mike Myers one.
Yeah.
I never saw
They
that.
weren't good. I don't know if you saw them.
Terrifying.
Okay. I put down Binks from Hocus Pocus.
Good one.
I was surprised it didn't make your list.
Me too.
Sassy from Homeward Bound.
Okay.
Although that's another one that hits you right in the feels. Smelly Cat from Friends, the song.
Okay.
Mario Cat from the new Mario game for Switch, where you can wear the cat suit and climb on the walls.
Nice.
Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
The Cowardly Lion. Like I said, I went with big cats too.
Okay.
Tony the Tiger. Been telling us to eat our Frosted Flakes for years now.
God of the furries.
The Pink Panther. Sylvester.
Oh, nice.
I'm surprised you didn't have him. You had Tom, but you didn't have Sylvester.
I'm surprised I didn't put Sylvester on there as well, quite honestly.
And then the last one I wrote on the list was Hardy Nickerson as the hyena from the Monsters of the Midway Coca-Cola cards.
Oh, right. Because you have to bring that up every time we...
Any chance I get, I bring them up.
I left like the cheetah from like DC off.
Hi, Chester
Cheetah.
Cheetah.
Yeah, Chester Cheetah, yeah.
Put him on the list.
Or Wildcat.
I put Catwoman on the list.
Puma Man. Like I just
Puma Man.
I was just like.
Have you seen Puma Man?
No,
the MST3K version?
I haven't.
It's not worth watching it if you can't see the MST3K. It's
Yeah.
terrible. Any terrible movie is worth watching if MST3K is doing it, and the Puma Man episode is one of the best.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah.
My friends and I used to quote that one to each other. There's the guy who's playing Puma Man was I believe he was a Native American, but he's a very large man, like 6'4", 6'5", like just built, and he was hiding behind a tree that like he's bigger than, and so like one of the lines was like tee hee hee, I'm a wood sprite. or
his head pops out, like he looks around the corner and it's like, Puma Man.
Or one of the scenes, a guy's falling off the building, but he's falling at an angle, so like the guy's like, help me, I'm falling at a 90-degree angle, breaking all laws of physics.
Nice.
Oh, that was such a good episode. But, alright. So the history of cats is long and varied. They were worshipped, made into deities, the harbingers of doom, or they're just your average common house cat. Whatever your preference on cat is, I'm sure you can find it. But cats have the biggest impact when they're your pet. Izzy might have been frustrating and annoying, but at times she was my cat for 12 years. It has been strange not to have her for the last week, and she will be missed. So that's, I guess, a long-winded way of saying that you're not going to hear her on the podcast anymore because she passed away last Friday. That was, it was a hard day. It's been kind of a hard week. I didn't think it was going to affect me as much as it did because, like I said, there were definitely times where she was annoying and irritating, and a lot more so in the last, year or two of her life. But I guess when you live with a cat for 12 years, you develop some feelings. So it's been a little difficult. So
All right.
like I said, it's not an easy episode, and we got some news stories here coming up that it's only going to make it more difficult. So anybody got anything they want to say on cats?
No, I'm thinking we should have reversed the order of these. In hindsight.
No.
Well, we can do some editing, but all right. Well, okay. Then let's do some news. Let's do some. All right. Before we get to the depressing news stories, let's do.
I think we already got to the depressing news story.
Well, there's a couple There's a couple more depressing news stories. Let's talk to Justin.
Why talk to Justin?
Because Justin has sent me and Jeremy some very questionable things on Facebook in the last week.
Oh my god.
That what the fuck are those?
And they just popped up when I was scrolling, and since I looked at them, you guys had to look at them.
So Justin sent us somebody has feminized or femaleized. I don't know. They
gender swapped
every NFL quarterback and like half of the coaches.
Did you see the coach one?
I didn't see the coach one.
Okay.
I can't wait.
The coach ones are a little bit more.
So that means we can get Jeremy's takes live on
Okay.
on the podcast.
Because I will tell you that there are some of the NFL quarterbacks where because they put like how many beers it would take.
Yeah.
Some of them were like 1 beer. And I was like, no, that would be no beers. Like,
Yeah.
like
What are you talking about?
Some of them were harsh
I
too,
do-
where it's like
I
a
do
keg.
wish-
It's like, really?
Yeah.
I do wish they had just been serious with all of them instead of like what was the one they did where like they made the one like with a really long neck.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like that. Like it was like because that's not fair. Like with some of them you're like, oh good lord, that is. I have to question some things about myself now.
Yeah.
And other ones
Yeah.
you're like, and then I like the Kirk Cousins were like, you ain't fooling me. That's just Kirk Cousins in a wig.
Yeah. Or like Trevor Lawrence. It's like we swear this is edited.
Yeah.
Which,
No,
which
it's not.
looking between the two, it was edited because they put on eyeliner.
Oh, okay.
That was the only change in that picture.
I will say like the what's his name? Kansas City Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patricia.
If they had put better hair on Patricia Mahomes, maybe. But so, like,
Okay. I gotta pull this up.
Are you going to go on Messenger there?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. I gotta pull up. It sucks that I gotta get the desktop.
Otherwise, I was going to just have it on my phone here for you.
Okay. I'll just wait.
Once we get to the coaches.
the coaches one, because I think the coaches were older, it was a little easier to be like, no. But
Because there was the...
but a couple of them, I was like, all right, yeah.
I think they did 12 coaches.
Yeah, they didn't do all of them for some reason. I don't know why, but
So we should have Jeremy look through these. All right, the first one they have is Belinda Belichick.
Oh no. 4 locos. Yeah, that would probably do the trick though.
All right, then they have Joan Harbaugh.
Oh man.
yeah.
Jones a babe.
It definitely helps. Like the younger the coach, the better the yeah.
Kelly Kingsbury.
She kind of looks like she has like that 1,000-yard like serial killer death stare, like
Crazy
soulless. Yeah.
A Maddie LaFleur.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Matt probably would have a chance too.
Well, I mean, there's been the eternal debate of who has the better looking coach in the NFL right now, the Arizona Cardinals, the Green Bay Packers. So, and when you look at this list, I mean, it goes both. I mean,
Shauna McVeigh.
Okay. Yeah.
Are
yeah.
you reading the things too?
Oh, I'm not actually. What? Zach Wilson.
Mika Tomlin.
Okay. Considering how many of these are sober. Yeah. That is concerning.
Brenda Dable.
No. That's like someone that would like complain to the manager. Definitely.
That's someone's Mimo.
well, that's why I'm surprised they didn't take the opportunity to do Aaron Rodgers as Karen Rodgers.
That's what I was expecting
Yeah.
too.
instead of Annie Rodgers, but
Yeah.
Penelope Carroll.
Just Ellen DeGeneres.
yeah, that was well, and that was the other thing. Like, I wish they had like again with the coaches because there was a couple of the coaches where they weren't trying to be serious, and it's like, guys, come on, like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do it for all of them and be serious with it.
Mike Mika McCarthy.
Oh. Good lord.
Anna Reed.
Oh my god. That one kid.
Dana Campbell. And then the last one is Roberta Sala.
Jeez. Not even 3 beers for that one. Wow, that is very interesting that they did that.
Yeah, and I was like, why does he keep sending this to? I mean, it's funny. It made me laugh, and then I was showing some of the guys at work, and we all had the same thing of like, it's disturbing how many of these would, stone cold sober.
Yeah.
Some of them they were really harsh on too.
Yeah,
though.
and that was like a couple of them. You're like, you didn't do that one. You didn't do him or her, however you want to do it.
You didn't do them any favors.
Yeah.
What was the quarterback one they did that was really short?
Kyler Murray, where you
Oh,
almost hit
yeah,
the forehead.
yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know. I came across them, so I figured you guys had to see them too.
All right. Well,
Thanks for sharing.
You guys had to enjoy it.
I'm not going to say thank you, but at the same time, I'm not going to ask you to stop doing it either. So,
When more come across my stuff,
all right.
I'll send them your way.
Okay. Also, we do need to get another pool going. Get our money put together. The Christmas Story house is up for sale.
Oh.
I was gonna say I have $2, but since I've never seen it, I'm not giving you any money.
It's the house, the museum, and a couple houses around it, like the properties. So like it's kind of like you're buying like your own little block.
Sweet.
It comes with the museum that's already fully loaded and so.
How much are we talking?
They didn't have a price.
Oh, okay.
But I figured, like, we need to win the lottery so we can just buy it.
Perfect. That's not hard.
We'll have the Christmas Story House vacation.
Yeah.
/ podcast studio.
Perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
And we will force, because we'll obviously also unfortunately have to move to Cleveland, but we'll force Justin to watch Christmas Story.
Right. Perfect.
The one that plays for a full day.
Yeah.
That I've
We
not
might
watched.
force you to watch it for the full day. Hey, we own the museum. You have to watch it so that when you can give tours.
This is a thing. I don't know what it is. This is a shelf. There's that.
You guys love it. You all know what this is. Why am I telling you?
You tell me what this is.
You guys can probably quote the movie better than I can.
It'll be like a reverse tour. The people coming in have to tell me what the objects are.
I don't think this guy's ever seen the movie. All right. Also,
this is Scrooge McDuck's walking cane.
So yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure whoever buys it will probably only
tear it down and put something new there.
I doubt it. I doubt very seriously. I drove by it, but I didn't. It was on a Sunday, so I think it was closed, or we didn't have time. So like, I saw it, and then I was like, okay, we gotta go because we didn't have time to do the tour. But
you didn't pull over and take a picture?
I might have, but it was a long time ago. So. But,
who can really say?
But
it's lost to time.
One of these days. Well, Cleveland's only a 7-hour drive.
Only, yeah, just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Hey, I mean, we could do that. We could do that for a weekend.
Only.
Yeah.
Rather go to the superhero museum first.
Which we need to start planning on. All right. Also,
why should let's make a thing of it? Let's do it all. All in one shot.
So, do you remember? I mean, I can't remember if this came up with the relaunch or if this happened in the dead period when they announced that Margot Robbie would be taking over the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Like basically because of everything happening with Johnny Depp, and Disney was kind of like, yeah, you're out. They didn't recast her as Jack Sparrow, but they were just gonna like keep doing the Pirates franchise, but hand her a new character and make her the face of the franchise.
I don't remember talking about that.
Okay, so that must have happened in our hiatus. Well, apparently that's dead now. Like that's not going to happen.
Perfect.
Now that Johnny Depp has basically won the lawsuit, he's no longer toxic, and people are going to start hiring him again. So it sounds like basically Disney's like, bring back Jack Sparrow. Let's get this ball rolling again. Hey Margot, you're great as Harley Quinn, but you're out.
Wow.
They could keep her. Keep her in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I still would like to see her in a pirate movie, but
yeah.
Okay. So now let's now that let's end on a sad note. We started with a sad note.
Yeah.
Let's end with a dour note. Had a couple big deaths. I'm gonna steal your thunder because I know.
Go for it, because I don't remember.
I know this is normally the segment that you like to bring to us because
Celebrity Death Watch 2022.
The biggest of the biggest of the two, the one that hit us the hardest.
Two more people just recently kicked it.
Kevin Conroy.
Oh.
Yeah, that one hurt.
That one hurt. I mean, when you think Batman, when you hear Batman, I mean, as much as you might picture Michael Keaton or you might picture Christian Bale, when you hear Batman in your head, guaranteed, that's the voice you hear. the Kevin Conroy from the animated and from countless numbers of video games. He did the great one. The best Batman animated series or anything is that series. But then he went on and did Batman in the Justice League series and countless movies. And I mean, he is the voice of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, cancer came on strong and it came on fast, and it took him at 66. So, too young. And
Yeah.
So that one was bad.
That was rough.
Batman. Never mind. Forget it. Sorry. I have nothing to really contribute to this. I think you guys have much more of a fanfare and love of this
Than
I do. I was going to make an inappropriate comment.
What's stopping you?
Yeah.
It's editing.
No.
Mostly. Tired of it.
Yeah, and then which other one too?
The other big one, Gallagher.
Yeah,
What? Gallagher?
the guy who smashed the watermelons with the barrel hammer.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I forgot that he died. Yeah.
Same day as Kevin Conroy, so he didn't get quite the public.
Wasn't Kevin Conroy's a day earlier, but they didn't announce it?
I don't know, but I just know I heard about it on the same day. So it's kind of like the Michael Jackson Farrah Fawcett, Michael Jackson died, so that took all the air in the room, and people forget that Farrah Fawcett died on the same day.
Yeah.
I was just... Oh, sorry.
That was all.
I was just listening to something. I don't remember what it was, but they were saying Gallagher was really bitter. Was it maybe TSD?
I think it was TSD. Yeah.
He hated it.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like. Well, I know for a while, Mark Hamill was really bitter about the Star Wars thing, and then finally he just came back around to being no, I love it,
Mm-hmm.
because that's. I think once he started getting his career back as the Joker and doing some other stuff, and people started hiring him in movies, when people were oh, you're not just Luke Skywalker, he was oh, okay. I feel when you get pigeonholed in that one thing,
Mm-hmm.
You either just have to embrace it and just, even if you, privately hate it, you just have to be publicly, you just have to, this is what I'm known for. I'm just going to live this life and
as long as the checks keep coming in, I'm going to keep doing it.
I'm going to keep doing the publicity tours and making the money.
Yeah.
But I guess he got bitter because when people went to see him, because he was a stand-up comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very funny stand-up comedian. But people only ever, remember him for the Smash-O-Matic. The putting fruit, particularly watermelons, on stage and smashing it.
Yeah.
They didn't think about the fact that he was, as a stand-up, really good.
Yeah.
He had a whole bit about how he would write on a chalkboard wind and wind and all these words that were basically spelled the same, but pronounced and totally differently. How stupid the English language was.
Yeah.
But he also, he was really funny. I know his son took over as Gallagher 2 for a while because he didn't want to do it anymore, but wanted to keep making. He wanted the money to keep coming. So,
yeah.
And his son looked a lot like him, so they just put him in a Gallagher costume, called him Gallagher 2, and sent him out there.
That's funny.
Nice. Isn't Carrot Top in the same boat where he's just known for his props, even though he actually does other things?
Right, but I don't think he's not defined by any one prop. There's not just Carrot Top. He's probably more defined by the
woman's
hair,
cookbook. That was a bunch of fast food menus.
Okay.
I remember that one of his props.
Yeah, but that's not with Gallagher, you immediately think smashing watermelon.
Barrel hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't necessarily think of any one particular prop with Gallagher. Carrot Top. He is kind of looked at as a second-class citizen when it comes to stand-up comedians because people dismiss him as just a prop comedian, but he still has to come up with all that stuff. And when I did see him the one time in Vegas, he's pretty funny. But yeah, so you said there was a couple other ones.
The other one too is I can't remember his name now. Jennifer Aniston's dad from Days of Our Lives.
Oh yeah,
John.
Yeah,
Could
you
be.
might be right.
Who is this?
Jennifer Aniston's dad was one of those soap opera actors. He was on Days of Our Lives or General Hospital. One of those.
He was on Days of Our Lives
for 30 years. He had done 1,000+ episodes. And you're like, wait, Jennifer Aniston's dad was famous? Huh, interesting. But yeah, he just passed away, but he was in his 80s. And he had been on the show for like 30 or 40 years. It was ridiculous. Like, I mean, once you're on a soap opera, you're pretty much on there.
That's awesome. Well, good for him. Hell of a win. Bucket of win. We have a breaking one that happened today. Did you guys see that?
No. Wait, are you going to Robin Williams us?
Oh, this is really sad, actually. Like, oh no.
No.
The Green Ranger, the original Green Ranger.
I did see that.
Oh, no, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
I seen that, and I was like, I never watched Power Rangers.
Oh, well, I guess it's not that big of a loss then. Fuck him.
Is he the one that killed his roommate with a samurai sword?
No. Was it the same guy?
I don't think so. I don't know. What?
I think that was a different dude.
Okay.
I think that was like one of the other Rangers. This was like I think this guy was like a fan favorite. I think like
the original Green Ranger.
Yeah. I think like he's beloved.
I don't know.
I remember hearing about that samurai thing though.
Whoa.
Well, based on the picture, he was the Red Ranger.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. Anyway, so
yeah. Let me just get his name real quick so we can really properly honor this guy. Green Ranger. I mean, I feel like that's the least we could do.
Yeah, I mean,
Jason David Frank.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure he would like it. Something other on his tomb, like his real name on his tombstone, not just "Here lies Green Ranger."
Yeah, almost confused him as the guy.
not the samurai sword.
Dead at 49 by not apparent suicide. Okay.
That's sad.
Yeah. Just a downer today.
Yeah, so like I said, this was going to be a downer episode. So I apologize. So
it's okay. You don't have to apologize.
Happy Thanksgiving.
They can deal with it. Happy Thanksgiving.
So I mean, this might be the I think it's probably safe to say.
Sorry, no.
Oh,
I'm just breaking the fourth wall.
I thought it was gonna be
it's like the shortest episode we ever did.
I thought
all right. So what do we have anything else?
Well, I did watch a couple episodes of MASH, like I said I would.
Okay, all right.
It's not good.
Well, I mean, continuing with the depressing topics, bring on MASH.
It still had some moments where it had like some funny parts, but I was definitely more bored than anything. Like I had it on in the background, and normally if it's a background show, you catch yourself watching it more than what you're doing. Was not the case with MASH.
I'm glad you took that bullet, because man,
I was like, all right, I'll watch some. Then the only other thing I watched, which more relates to Christmas, was I watched Spirited.
Oh
yeah. Is that any good?
It is also depressing.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, can I get like a free trial of Apple? Do they offer that?
I just saw on my Roku they were offering like a 3-month free trial.
Sweet.
But I already had Apple, so I don't think I can do it.
So Christy has Apple with whatever she has through her phone, so that's why we watched it. Otherwise, you can just come over.
Perfect.
Get the tissues out.
Then
we'll watch them.
I watched Nope.
How was that?
I liked it. It's weird.
Depressing. Continuing on with this episode.
I don't know if it's depressing so much as just not necessarily easy to understand right away. Sure. Like I had to kind of sit with it for a bit. Like, I mean, it's not like. Tell you what, it reminds me kind of like Jordan Peele is starting to remind me of M. Night Shyamalan.
Okay.
Where like Get Out was like first out of the blocks with like Sixth Sense, and then. I never saw Us, but I heard it was really good. So, like, what was next for Shyamalan? That was
I know there's The Village.
Unbreakable.
Oh yeah, Unbreakable.
And then like The Village, where like people hated it at first, but then they've started to come around to saying it's pretty good.
Did he do Signs too?
Oh yeah, Signs was
actually
actually before Village. Whereas, so I think that people are going to come around to Nope the way that they came around to The Village or maybe even Signs. It's a very there's not a lot of cast. It's really like 2-3 people at most at any one time,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't go the way you think it's gonna go. Like you think you've got it figured out early in the movie, so you're just like, okay, this is gonna wait. What?
But then he was like, "Nope, you don't know nothing."
No.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard. There's a couple of flashbacks, but like you're not really sure what's going on, and like it's not really a linear story. So like you kind of have to sit with it after it's over for a few minutes to be like, okay, all right. And I don't want to give anything away. Did you get Peacock like you were talking about?
Not yet.
Okay. But yeah,
It's on there.
It's on Peacock, so
I'll have to check it out.
it's definitely worth watching. And then, because, I also can't watch modern things other than Nope, I've started watching a lot of The Monsters, which is on Peacock. So old black and white, and then The Muppet Show on Disney+.
Nice.
All right.
So, again, running a pop culture podcast, and I'm spending a lot of time in, the 70s or whenever The Monsters was made.
Nice.
What about you, Jeremy?
I've been watching The Boys.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're finally watching that?
Yeah, I'm on season 3 now, so
Okay.
I've been really visioning the hell out of it, and I love it. That's like what a fun
it's
show.
really good.
Yeah, I'm surprised at like how far they go with some of that stuff. Like
How far into season 3 are you?
I'm on like episode 5 or 4.
Okay, so you've definitely seen the part where they went the furthest I think they've ever gone.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm really shocked they did it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
I don't want to...
I don't really care about spoilers. We all know that.
Okay, there's a guy... Alright, so The Boys is basically... I can't remember who wrote it, but his take on DC and Marvel and kind of combining the characters and making fun of them. And like saying, like, what if Superman went bad? So he's Homelander. Like, he's just an asshole. Black Noir is Batman. It tends to lean more towards DC, but there's some Marvel characters in there.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the Marvel characters is Ant-Man. But Ant-Man in The Boys is a cocaine addict, and also...
I could not believe what I was fucking seeing when this was happening.
I don't know if calling him gay is the right word, but definitely fluid.
Yeah.
Right?
So he shrinks himself down after binging out on cocaine and inserts himself into a penis.
They show this happening.
And they
too.
show it
Like,
happening. He then they built a set of a regular sized man inside of a penis. So I would only kind of, but then he had an allergic reaction to the coke or sneezed, and couldn't control himself anymore. So he blew the guy up from the inside.
What a terrible way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's insane. Like
yeah.
I could not believe that. Anyone who says like stuff's getting watered down just needs to look for the right stuff. Like they're not looking
and that's
for the right.
the crazy part about it is Grant Morrison. I think Grant Morrison wrote The Boys. I've not read the book, but from what I've read, they did water some of it down from the book.
Oh, wow, that's insane.
Which is crazy because the things that they have shown. So you haven't got to Herogasm yet.
Herogasm? I don't believe so.
Okay. Because that's towards the end of the season.
Okay,
so.
the last thing that happened is Deep just rejoined, and he ate the octopus.
Okay,
He
yeah,
ate.
so
They made you feel bad for a fucking octopus.
You're about to come up. I think one of the if not the next episode you're about to watch is Herogasm. If you think what they've done so far is pushed the envelope.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
See, this show is insane.
It's yeah. Oh, I did start watching The Peripheral on Amazon.
Oh, okay. How's that?
I'm only like 2 episodes in, so I haven't really decided what's
Alright.
going on yet. But
Speaking of also The Boys, has anyone ever told you you kind of look like Carl Urban
oh,
a little bit?
Alright.
Doesn't he?
I mean, no.
No. From The Boys, he does.
I can.
That's a hell of a compliment.
I'll take it. I wish I looked like Carl Urban. Yeah, I will. We can talk more about that. Afterward.
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban, just The Boys in general.
Yeah. It's a
But-
it's a hell of a show. I recommend it, Justin.
All right.
Do you have Amazon?
Yes.
Okay, yes. It's definitely worth
There's
watching.
very few that I don't have at this point.
I wouldn't watch it with
When the child is home.
with the child.
Oh,
home.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. You might even want to not maybe watch it when the woman is home. I don't know.
Yeah. It's
Depends on how open she is to really fucked up shit.
She enjoys it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was
But
the other one she was watching? Invincible?
Okay, if she was
She
watching,
was watching that just by herself the one day.
Okay, then she'll love The Boys.
Okay.
Have you seen
I
Invincible?
haven't.
It's like an animated version of The Boys.
Oh, that's cool. All right, I'll check it out. Is that on Amazon?
Yes.
Yes, it's
Oh,
also on. Yeah,
okay.
it was written by Robert Kirkman.
Okay.
Oh, you know what I watched today? Speaking of new stuff,
Hmm.
a movie called Black Friday with Bruce Campbell.
Okay.
It's a horror movie based on Black Friday,
That sounds fucking awesome. I'm already in.
where some sort of alien thing comes and like starts turning people into zombies,
Yeah?
and this group of people who work at a toy store have to fight their way out of the store.
No fucking way. That
I
sounds
feel like this is
awesome.
something you've talked about.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
What streaming service is this
It was
on?
on Stars. That's where I watched it. So, but I mean, if you can hunt it down, like I bet it's for rent somewhere.
That
I
sounds
just-
awesome.
It was one of those like recommended for me. I'm like, Black Friday. Oh, wait a minute, what is that? Bruce Campbell? All right, and I watched it and I'm like, this kind of triggers some PTSD because I mean it's a little too real. Like clearly the people who wrote it, you worked a couple Black Fridays.
Oh man, I can't wait. to
Amazon
see
Prime. Stars, Amazon Prime, Philo.
Wait, is it free on Amazon Prime or do you got to pay for
I
it?
don't know. It says premium subscription.
Oh, okay. Well, if
We'll
it's
find-
on Amazon
we'll find
Prime,
out.
Yeah, if it's
Cool.
on Amazon Prime, I definitely recommend watching it. It might trigger some things, but it's pretty funny. It's pretty. I mean, it's cheesy. I mean, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. Don't get. It's not going to win an award, but
Right. I look forward.
Nope might win some awards or at least get Jordan Peele some more nominations. But Black Friday ain't getting anybody anything except for just a good time.
Nice.
There we go. We brought the episode up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
We're gonna end on a high note.
I know who he is.
I know,
but
but like you just to see it, just look at
I
it.
still don't see it. I'm afraid not, Chairman.
All right, well, I tried.
All right. Well then.
All right, you bunch of cunts.
All right then. Let's. You want to go out on a high note, or do we want to talk about anything else? Anybody got any? All right. Well, you know what we always fail to do. Let's talk
Plug-
shop for a second. Let's
Plug our
plug our shit.
stuff.
true.
Hit us up on Facebook. Hit us up on Instagram. We don't really use Twitter, not because we have like any sort of political agenda for or against Elon Musk. We're just bad at Twitter.
We're bad at most of our social medias, to be honest.
Jeremy? Why don't you give us a little taste of what's going on over at Media Pod Smash? I know you guys have made some pretty big moves over there.
Yeah, so we started up a Buy Me a Coffee page. So if you go over there, you can become a Super Smasher supporter for $5 a month, and that gives you access to the full back catalog, the whole library of bonus content, and it's videos, behind the scenes things. We just recently updated. I did like 2 college short films that were never posted anywhere, but were like actually legit like short films edited together, fully produced like things. So just it's going to be stuff like that, and I'll be updating throughout the month. And then that's a $5 fee. And if you just want to become a supporter for any amount, you'll unlock the gallery, which is a photo series I'm doing, which is also going to be updated monthly and yearly, really. I'm just going to keep it going through forever. And each photo is kind of like it's a Media Pod Smash museum, and each photo tells you a little story about what was going on during that period and gives you a little insight into some things. So... all right.
There you go.
All right. Okay, so follow us, like us, subscribe us, rate us, do all the things that we're desperately begging to do. Support us over at Buy Me a Coffee for Media Pod Smash because it helps Pop Culture Roulette as well. So just remember as we go along, sometimes real life gets in the way, and we have to talk about it. We can't just ignore it. But also remember, if you have some sort of obsession with owning cars and own hundreds and thousands of them, that eventually you're going to be lit on fire and go to the hospital for it. So,
Oh my god!
so hopefully Jay Leno is going to come out of that.
Stupid never walks.
Stupid never walks alone.
Oh boy.
I didn't see that one coming.
I just thought of the Jay Leno thing.